Hello guys, I just want to make this video to help those of you who want to become a dispatcher to know how to do it very quickly and to start making money with the dispatcher application. It's actually very easy. When you open your dispatcher app, this is the first page that opens to you. It's the page where you actually create a dispatch request. Now, if you want to become a dispatcher, you just need to come to this last button on your left, which is the home button, where your dashboard is also situated. You click on it and you have your dashboard. Now, this user is actually a sender-only user. What that means is that she doesn't receive requests. She's not a dispatcher yet. So she cannot receive any request, nor can she make any broadcast. She can only send requests and link up with any dispatcher. She can send requests. This is all I sent requests. She can filter them anyhow she wants. She can look for accepted requests, or she can actually go for requests that are ongoing. So now, my data is slow. So now, assuming that she wants to link up, she comes here and she has dispatchers that she has linked up with. She can add any new dispatcher by just simply searching for their names, and those dispatchers will appear. Now, if you want to become a dispatcher, you would have to click on this tab here, this tab that says Become a Dispatcher. If you click on this tab, it opens up a page where it says sign up to dispatch. Now, if you're a business account, all you need to do is to sign up here. But if you're an individual account, you continue with the sign up process here. For instance, if you want to do a business account, you just need to click this and it takes you to the business account page where you can sign up as a business. Whereas if you want to, so this is it. So it opens up this page for you. Now we are signing up as an individual. So we come to the page where you're signing up as an individual. So as an individual, the first thing you do is to choose your coverage area. Your coverage area represents simply the extent to which you want to dispatch. Where do you want to dispatch products to? Which area? How wide or how big is the area? Do you want to do local? Local is simply within a city. So within Lagos is called local, typically within a city or a state. If you are a domestic dispatcher, it means that you are doing interstate, and then you have the resources to deliver items across state boundaries. Say, for instance, somebody wants to deliver an item in Benin, and you know that you can do it. If you're not a domestic dispatcher, you may not see that dispatch. But if you are a domestic dispatcher, your name will pop up on the list of dispatchers that can do that job, and then you will be selected if you meet the profile. But if you're an international dispatcher, it means that you can do dispatches between Lagos or Nigeria, for instance, and America. And that means that you have to have additional requirements while you're registering, typically an international passport. So these different coverage areas are the areas that demarcate where you have a capacity to do the delivery job very well. So assuming that we are Okay, one more thing. If you're international, it means that you can actually do local and domestic. If you're domestic, it means you can actually do local and domestic. And if you're local, it means you can only do local. So let's assume that you're doing international, or just assume you're doing local. If you're doing local, this is your residence. You choose your residence. Here, Nigeria, you need to choose your residence very carefully. Your residence is the place where you are permitted to work and you live there. Don't choose a place like, say, America, when you don't have a permit to work there. Because as you go on with the registration, we're going to ask you to provide us with an authorization to work or some form of document that allows you or provides evidence that you can actually work there and pay taxes. So this is your country of residence, not necessarily your country of birth. It's a country where you can actually work legally. Now you click on Next, and here you are asked to put your pictures. So you click here and you can create, put your picture. We advise that you put your photo, your passport that shows your face, not anyhow pictures, because people want to know who they are giving their items to. We will also do routine checks to make sure that those who don't have pictures are required and asked to provide their pictures on their profile page. Otherwise, we would deactivate that account because it would mean that it's suspicious. Here you put your first name, your last name, your address, and your phone number. Make sure that these names are your names in your banking documents. Or for instance, if you're in Nigeria, this should be the names that would appear when your BVN is being verified. The names you use for your BVN, your bank verification number, and the phone number should be what you should put here, because we will verify your BVN against these names. And if they don't match, then you cannot be verified. If you're an American or a British or Canadian or any other country, you need to put the names that appear in documents such as Social Security documentation, national insurance, that we can verify against. So after you have put that, let's assume that you put this, for instance, then you go to date of birth. Your date of birth must be your original date of birth that is in your original certificate document. If I put February 2002, you cannot register on this platform unless you are over 18 years of age. Next. So I click on Next, and then I am asked to put my bank verification number. It's 11 numbers. Now, if I had put another country there, it would have asked me to put a different kind of number, such as Social Security number or a national insurance number, whatever numbers that they ask for in that country. So I'll have to put my driver's license, because these are dummy numbers. And then I would have to select the kind of identification that I would need or I want to show. So here, if I click on this, it gives me three options. My international passport, which is compulsory if you're choosing international coverage, or my national identity card, or my voter's card. So assuming I choose my voter's card, then it asks me for my voter's card number, which I would put, and then I click Next. So because of all the documents that I have chosen at the back in the last page, I would have to provide at least all the documents as evidence. So when you come to Next, you would have to provide your driver's license front and back, your utility bill, and your voter's card, as well as an identity confirmation photo, which is like a mug shot. So what is an identity confirmation photo? An identity confirmation photo is a photo that shows you holding your document, the document that you have provided numbers for. If it's a voter's card or national ID card or international passport, you will hold it by one hand, and then you would hold a handwritten note on the left hand with your signature and the date of your registration. So if today is 28th of February, what it means is that you will hold your international passport or voter's card or driver's license on one side hand, and a paper that is written 28th of February and today's date plus your signature, the signature on that document on the other hand, and then ask somebody to snap it clearly for you. The question is, why are we doing this? We're doing this because we want to be sure that those documents that you're providing to us actually belong to you and they are with you. It's to protect your identity and to protect fraudsters from coming into the platform and taking advantage of other people. So you, after doing that, you put, let's just assume that you do this. So you take a picture that you have and the system takes it in. You go to your driver's license, you click your select for back, and then you select for front, and then you come to utility bill, and then you also select your utility bill, and then you select your voter's card front and back as well. After you have done all of this, you click on finish. When you click on finish, if I click on finish, nothing's going to happen because all the documents that I have just selected are dummy documents. The system would accept all your documentation and it will tell you a time for which your verification will be done. It's typically between a few minutes to a few hours or a few days or weeks, depending on how clear and how true your documents are. If your documents are very clear and very easy to validate, we can get it done within a few hours. If they're not easy to validate and they're not clear, we might have to send them back to you and back and forth until we get the right document. Some of the documents may have expired, they may not be the right document, so it takes a longer time. So I would advise that you provide very clear, clean documents and documents that are current and not expired, and they are true, not fake, so to say, so that we can simply validate and take you on board. So that's it for how to sign up to be a dispatcher. As I said, just to round up, from the beginning, if you have a business account, you click on this and it takes you to this page where you can sign up as a business. And then if you're not a business, you want to be an individual partner, you click on the coverage area that you select. You select your country of residence, not just your country of birth, where you are required to work. And then you click on next. It takes you to a page where you put your profile image, put your valid names, date of birth and phone number. And then you click on next and it takes you to where you can submit your bank identification number, all your other documentation such as driver's license, identification, voter's card. And you click on next again and you submit the images and evidences of those documentation that you selected. Your utility bill must not be less than 3 months, more than 3 months old. It must be current for it to be accepted. And then you click on next, which will submit the documents to us in the back end, and then we will verify you, and then you're back to business. Thank you for this short tutorial on how to sign up to be a dispatcher. Thank you and God bless.